Alright. Welcome to the stream, boys and girls. We're gonna be watching the big fight between Bagon and Mommy Milkers. I unfortunately forgot to bet, so I have no stakes in any of these fights. But we'll see how it goes. I think it'll be a good fight today. Comparatively to yesterday, I think today is gonna be a lot more fun. One more minute till we get started here. Welcome to the stream. Hope you guys are enjoying. If you have specific people you voted for, let me know who. I didn't get to vote, like I said before, but I know a lot of people may be going for Dardock. It is a pretty even matchup in terms of bets, so there is money to be won. Unfortunately, not for me though. Alright, one more minute. How'd everyone's GVG go? Ours was pretty fun. We were running all over the place, so I'm excited for the next few weeks. I think they'll continue to be fun. A lot of players I know are quitting with the Divinity system. Probably free-to-play players, if anything, but... Four seconds. What? Why is it going up? Okay, there we go. Okay, let's check out the Dardock fight first. This team comp is really centered around being a CC bot group, right? Like, these guys are not looking to kill. These guys are just looking to get them off the caps. On the other hand, Dardock and his group, Dardock does damage, Garagamo does damage, the other three are free to play. Pretty much everyone else on this team is free to play, getting carried, if not getting... No, I ain't playing. But yeah, this is gonna be a fun fight. Make sure you guys like the sub if you enjoyed the content. I will be doing the last finals as well, covering the fight as we go forward. Alright, looking at the HP bars, seems like Dardock's team is just gonna win the 1v1s. Oh, Garagamo did almost get blown up there. He was able to invade that. Squawk and Himawari. Garagamo's going in even with 2 HP. That's insane. He gets the kill and still lives. Oh my goodness. I guess that's what you expect from a fucking Kraken, right? He's geared out of his ass. This is not looking good for blue side. Bagon's gotta be playing for those caps. Right now they're just playing for kills and they're just giving them away. They need to realize that none of their team members are designed to be able to kill. They're just designed to cap. Whereas Dardock and his team are just running over. Oh! Bagon was able to get 1 kill there. However, the caps are still in play. Dardock's team was able to take 1 cap, 2 caps. The 3rd cap is still in play. Himawari is going for it. Let's see if Warlock is going to be able to get off. Oh, he was not able to get off of CC. Unfortunately, this is not good for Dardock's team. or sorry, for Bagon's team, it is 3 caps at the start is a bit tough. All Dardock's team's got to do now is just stay pushed up, keep them in their spawn, and play to win. Yeah, it's tough. It might just be a gear difference here. Sorcerer is going for the cap, is unfortunately stopped and blown up. Is that what their names are? Like 3, 4 sorcerer? That's crazy. Let's see, Squawk is just getting locked down. Ooh, that explosion! What killed him there? I gotta go watch that. Who's the one that's doing damage on this team? It's either gotta be it's gotta be the sorcerer or the rune knight. I doubt that these wizards are actually doing a lot of damage. The warlocks are low damage dealers, and for the most part, comparatively to sorcerers, in my opinion. Hey, welcome to the stream. Hope you guys are enjoying. Sorcerer's team was able to cap 1 tower. 2 towers are still in play. They are still behind by 200 points, so even if they cap these 2 towers, they still need to catch up. Dardock's team was able to get a few kills, however, they lost the 2nd tower. The 3rd tower is still in play. Will they be able to take it? Himawari was stopped from taking it. Let's go back to watching. Dardock's team is defending well, however, the Bagon is stopping the cap very easily. This might be it though. Himawari may be able to finish the cap here. Oh no! Sorcerer was able to come into the play. Sorcerer's going for the caps. Goes, oh my goodness, what is happening here? They're pushed into Red Side's team, but are completely taking over the field. However, it does look like it's going to be an uneven fight. It is going to be a 5v3, 5v4. So Warlock is still in play. He is not backing out. He's just throwing out CCs at long range. Swak and Himawari need to back out, but unfortunately for Dardock or for Bagon's team, their spawn's right there and they can just come back after healing really quick. Looks like the tower was gone. It did not get capped, so it is 5 towers that have been capped so far. Bagon's team is doing a good job of coming back. They were down 300 points. Now we're back up to only down 150. It does seem like it's going to be a good continuous fight. I do want to switch, but this is such a good fight at this stage. Let's just do a quick switch into Paw Patrol versus One Punch Piece. See if it's uneven. Oh yeah, completely expected, right? Paw Patrol is running over One Piece, getting all the caps, getting all the kills. Let's watch the Pink Pussy versus Shadowfall. This is one-sided as well. It's truly unfortunate. Seems like the only good fight is going to be Dardock's team versus the other side. Versus Bagon. Yeah, let's skip over all those other matches and stick to this one. This one seems to be the most entertaining. Dardock is down, and the mid tower is up. It is a 4v4 at this stage. However, Squawk and Grogmo are lower HP. Will they be able to keep the HP momentum up and make it into a 5v3, 5v2 so that they can get the cap? Himawari may be trying to get the cap here, but they are immediately slept. It is a battle of the CCs. Actually, Dardock's team doesn't even need to go for this cap. They just need to stop the caps. Himawari's just putting on the pressure by trying to go for the caps, but the reality is they are going to win. Yes. There it is. They got the 200 points from the cap at this stage. Himawari was able to get out after capping. It doesn't even matter now. On Dardock's team just takes the win for the first round. So it is the Warlock on their team, or Sorcerer on their team that's doing that damage, eh? Actually, there's 2 of them that are doing equal damage. Not bad, not bad. It's this guy that's doing the most damage on their team. It is a tough matchup for them, really, in considering the fact that they have a lot of CC, but not enough damage potential. That's what they're really missing here, is the damage potential to be able to secure those kills. And they really need to stop going out at the start and play back a little bit before the fight begins, because they're giving away a lot of points, and just literally wait for the tower. That's their win condition. They need to just play for the towers and wait until they are up to go for them. Are they going to do any switching out for their team? It seems like Garagamo and his team is going to be keeping it as is. Bagon is not bringing in the minstrel or the priest. I would say to swap out either the damage dealing warlock or damage dealing sorcerer or the rune knight to bring in the minstrel. I think if they're going to be playing for the towers, they just need to go straight CC at this stage. Hey Madeline, what's up, bro? Thanks for joining the stream. Make sure you give a like and subscribe if you like the content. What are your thoughts? Who do you think is gonna take the second round here? Is the sound okay, by the way? Let me know, because I didn't have a chance to check after GVG if all things were good. It does seem like Bagon's team was able to swap their enchants and become a little bit tankier against these guys. Dardock's team is not doing so good. They are going to be taking the first death here. It looks like, oh my goodness, what is this change of pace? Sounds good. Okay, thanks, bro. Bagon looked like they were figuring things out. Yeah, it seems like they figured out how to counter, but they are still down points. Is both the caps done? All three caps are still up. Okay, they each got one cap. They're playing for the final cap here. Garagomo's just going for the kills. Rune Knight is staying tanky, doing what he can. I don't know what happened there. Dardock's team was looking low in terms of HP, but they were not. Bagon just was not able to secure those kills in the end. Definitely feels like they were able to figure out a better strategy, but it didn't work in the end. It's just a gear difference at this point. Dardock's team was able to also adapt. Their tower is still in play. Himawari may be able to cap this here. Ooh, Wanderer is able to come in and stop the cap. Dardock's team is looking low. If they die here and the third tower is able to be taken, they will be evened out in kills and points. Wanderer's going for the kill. Oh, the tower went away. This is unfortunate. Inti here. Gotcha. Thanks for joining the stream, bro. Yeah, I was looking over the other matches. It's literally a really one-sided match on all of them, other than the Bagon versus Dardock's team, Mommy Milkers. It is pretty one-sided on the other teams, so I'm not gonna swap to check. I think we're just gonna stay to this one and finish it out. Garagomo with his one-shot potential, baby. Goes in, gets the kill, gets out. Towers are in play at the stage. Mommy Milkers was able to get one more cap. 2 towers are still in play. Let's see who will get him. It seems like Himawari is going to be 2v1'd over here on this tower. What I would honestly do is lock down Himawari if I could. Wait until the Feroni absorbs them, and then go for the tower cap. Second tower is still in play. Garagomo is doing what he can to stop. This is the potential of having a wizard and warlock on your team, bro. It's the range CC that stops them from being able to take cap. You don't even need to be near them. It's not a fun match for melees here, and it does seem like the Mommy Milkers team is going to be able to get all 3 of those towers, so it's not looking good. It's going to be a hard comeback for Bagon if they are going to be able to. This seems like a pretty straightforward, clean match. Even if Bagon gets the center tower, it's not going to be enough points. They really need to secure those kills. That's why you can't give away those kills early. It may seem like small points at the start, but once you start to get that momentum and flow, it's really hard to come back. Let's check out these other matches at this stage. See if they're changed at all. Nah, Paw Patrol is just running over one punch piece. Keeping them in their base is crazy work, bro. That's wild. Good for them. They should get some money, get some value out of the money they spent. This one does seem like Nib was, Pink Pussy was able to do a little bit, but it just wasn't enough. Shadowfall was able to go for all the caps and get all of them, for the most part, as far as I can tell. Or they were able to get a lot of kills. Same thing we saw him do in the last match. Yeah, bro. Oh, what is happening here? Oh, the match just ended, that's why. Alright, we're on to our third match. Seems pretty straightforward on both sides. Let's see if Bagon is going to be able to turn this around. One punch piece looking like when I joined work. What do you see on the vault? Yo, bro, honestly, just being kept in your base is crazy. That's when you know it's a massive gear difference. And if they were able to get this far, either the enemy team swiped a lot more or they just got overran or rock, paper, scissored out in terms of enchants. But yeah, this fight seems to be over at this stage. There's nothing that can be done. Bagon does not have kill potential. They need to realize that. They need to really back off at the start, not going for those kills, and just give them away, because the deaths are just costing them massive. They're able to take one pillar that whole fight. At the end of the day, it's a gear difference between these two teams. However, it is also a game mentality of how to fight. Bagon's team was able to come around a little bit in the first half, but they didn't secure it in the second half. They just fell apart. In the meantime, while we're waiting, I hope everyone's having a good day and their GVG went well. I know ours was pretty fun. We were able to really steamroll and have a good showing. I was able to get 1500 on both my priest and my sniper, so I was pretty happy about that. It's a nice day when you get both payouts and castle, you know. I haven't really heard too much of PT shit talking in the world chat as much as they were before, you know. I wonder what happened. Been gone for 2 weeks. I wonder what happened in those times. Alright, we're starting the third matchup here. Let's see if Bagon is going to be able to turn this around. Like I said, they need to stay back and not fight. They have time inside their spawn where they are immune. They can wait until Garagamo and his team push up, use all their buffs, waste them, and then push in afterwards. But like right here, they are pointlessly fighting. It also doesn't seem like they're focusing the right targets. This might just be a given up tactic at this stage. I know that Bagon's probably in a very bad mental state. It's hard for them to come back around. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be a clean sweep, this whole WOC. Honestly though, that's part of the issue with why this content is probably gonna be a little bit drier for a lot of people, is that it's either you get washed or you wash, you know? You don't really have clean matchups like this happen pretty often. And even then, it just comes down to kill potential and gameplay mechanics. Kill potential on the Bagon side is not there. Mommy Milkers has 2 hard hitters, meanwhile the other 3 are just around CC. That is, in my opinion, that is the best combo of having 2 DPS and 3 CC. Bagon just went for full DPS or full CC, and if they went for a DPS, it was a DPS that was int based, which isn't the greatest because then they have to sacrifice being tanky, and int players right now, at least until Suno comes out, is not the greatest play. 2 towers are taken by Mommy Milkers. Bagon is on their 3rd tower. Are they going to be able to cap? It seems like they were able to cap. This is interesting. This is very, very interesting. Maybe there is a comeback story here. Were they able to adapt? MOR squawk. See, this is what you should be doing, guys. If you are low, try to play out. Get out of the fight. And then come back in. There's no reason to be just constantly fighting. That's what you gotta be doing in these WOC fights, you know? If you can't get out, that's fine. But be intentional about it, you know? Try to go for the towers, and if you can't, and you get low, just try to back out. That's why Kraken and Smoky cards are super impactful here. This is probably one of the best matchups I've seen so far, though. It just comes down to the bad mechanics around gameplay. Oh! Bagon finally takes a lead in points. However, the towers are still in play here. Bagon was able to cap one of the towers. The 2nd tower. This might be an upset. This might be an upset, boys. Okay. Mommy Milkers are able to take 1 tower. At this point, Bagon's just got to back up, not fight, regroup. It's a 5v4 at the stage. They should just be backing off. Not trying to fight. Like, this Rune Knight here should be backing off like he is. These other 2 should not be pushing up. They should be backing off. Even if they're trying to hold Garagamo in his place, it's not doing much because they're giving away points at this stage. They're not up by much. If the next tower is taken, Mommy Milkers wins. So it will come down to that final tower here. Dardoch goes down. It seems like Garagamo and his team are just not in their right space. What changed? I wonder if it's the Elven Runes or if it's the overconfidence or what, but they are falling behind. I believe it's the enchant change. It's gotta be. or the RNG in terms of when they can cap. Final tower is going to be up in 20 seconds here. Let's look at the match data real quick. Dardoch has 9 kills, Garagamo 4. Meanwhile, who is this dude, bro? That is insane amounts of damage. But they're relying solely on 1 DPS and 4 CCs, which isn't the greatest combo. At least in this type of matchup where you are outgeared. You know what I mean? Yeah, Dardoch is playing reckless. It is a little bit of, you know, ego in a sense, where he has the ability to. They're up by 2 points. Really, they gotta get this cower cap and they win. But I'm not sure if it's gonna be possible. Oh, it was! Look at this tied matchup. It's really just gonna come down to kills now. The Rune Knight on Bagon's team has got to back up, heal up. They can't just continue fighting here. One of their sorcerers was able to go down. Warlock goes down. This is gonna be tough. It's gonna come down to the 1 kill. It's tied up, tied up. 10 seconds left. I would just back off if I was. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh no, they got too eager. Bagon put up a good fight, but it didn't matter in the end. That was a really good fight in the end. Good job, Bagon. Good job, Mommy Milkers. You guys did great. You put on a great show for everybody. Thank you all for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe and leave a like if you enjoyed the content and the stream. I'll be doing this again tomorrow for the last fight. So that is the losers bracket. Now it's going to be a 2v2 for the losers bracket. Let's see how this goes. Anyways, for those of you who bet on Mommy Milkers, congratulations. For those of you who bet on Paw Patrol, congratulations. If you didn't bet on those 2 teams, you got messed up, bro. I'm sorry. Big Mac combo, taking it. Dardoch, taking it. Good luck to the rest of these teams in the next fight. Big on the blank name strategy is lame for casting. Yeah, the blank name strategy is really, really annoying. It's hard to call out who. And I get it. They also did the whole same costume shit. So it's a strategy if your team matchup is even. But when you have a matchup like that where you're just getting ran, it's hard to really say if that would be a game changer. You know what I mean? Like, it's useful. It forces the enemy team to have to call out in a different way, but in the end it wasn't enough. In the end it just made it so that they didn't get their name shamed, you know what I mean? Like, you don't know who those guys are at the end of the day, so you can't really shame them or anything. But at the end of the day, Dardoch and Garagamo's team, they did good. They put on a good show. I'm really happy with this one. Yesterday's fights were really boring. Today's fights were pretty good. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you have any comments on the stream about shoutcasting and things like that, or you have any VODs you want me to review and offer comments in terms of how to improve or what I see as opportunities, I'd say I'm pretty good at the micro macro side of things in the PvP scene. So let me know. Send me DMs in Discord and I can review them on stream or in a separate video at some point. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Have a great rest of your day.